Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of the Rancor podcast. Today, I have Gonk Projects who won Rancor Last Stand Competition. How are you doing today, man?
Hello, everybody. I'm pretty good. How are you yourself?
That's great, and I'm doing pretty good. Um, I ask everybody this at the beginning, because this is the Rancor podcast. How did you get affiliated or get to know Rancor?
I think Cosmic reached out to me a couple years ago. He was like, "Do you want to join Rancor League?" I was like, "Yeah, sure. Why not?" Uh, there you go. That's how I got into Rancor League.
I think I remember I first met Cosmic because of I think he appeared in like one of my YouTube streams or a comment or maybe on Instagram. I can't remember, but he said he saw my stuff and that's how we got into talking. I think that's like maybe a year or two before he started the lug too, so it was
Yeah,
pretty
that's
cool.
perfect.
Yeah, but my my next question is how, because you did win the competition recently, how did you get in to doing like mop building, and I guess the Lego YouTube scene as well, because you've shown off your stuff on many things. How did you get into all of it?
Well, pretty much ever since I got into Lego as a kid, I started building around 5 years old with Duplo and stuff. Then
Hmm.
3 years ago, I think, or 2021, I got into the Discord space, and that's when I really got into the general fan base,
Hmm.
Bricks Lab, and all of those groups.
I guess this is kind of an add-on to that question, and because I know you're part of a, a Rancor, but what type of things did you start with building? Because I know a lot of people I know started with clone sets or Star Wars and other things. What did you um what was some of your first builds? What did you do?
So the,
Or
the first themes I got as sets, or the first mocks, you mean?
mm-hmm.
Well, the first themes I got, I think, Lego City, Star Wars, those were my jam. I was really into the Lego movie sets when those came out. Then I mainly switched to Star Wars. I'm trying to get a refigure now, about halfway there. And yeah, as for Mox, I think I've only done Star Wars. Oh no, I've done a couple Toy Story ones as well. Yeah, it's mainly
Yeah,
been Star Wars.
yeah. But you were talking about those older theme sets with back around like 2012, 2014, and like everyone talks about how good those are every time, and I do too. It's just sometimes those were just some of them, looking back now, were just so good compared to some things now, and it's really great. But not everyone from mock building that I've talked to got into it from Star Wars. Like they all just, we all kind of had ideas of what for things we could do. Of course, clones are from the movies and all that, so it kind of got everyone's juices
Yeah,
flowing with that. But
I mean, them being widely available in battle packs does help, even now more so than ever.
mm-hmm.
Yeah, those older sets are pretty good as well. I don't know if it's nostalgia or anything else, but they did have some pretty cool play features. Even the Lego Movie ones, I remember being like super creative and me
No,
wanting to get all of them.
no, the Lego Movie ones were. some of the greatest ones for the first movie, and they had some good ones for two, but there were just things that for one that just never really felt like they ever did again sometimes. So
Yeah.
yeah, those good movies were good, and the first wave was incredible because a little after they did the ship, the sea cow and stuff too, and those were
Mm.
some of the greatest sets still. So, but yeah.
I really wanted the sea cow as a kid, but never got around to it. Too expensive. I had to stick to the smaller ones.
I did too, but it was like you're younger, you're like I don't have that, and
Yeah,
everyone
I'll have to fix that someday. But
and, and 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 then with the price, everyone at that time, it's like everyone thought that was crazy. So I'm like, well,
I, it's only gotten better, as they say. I mean,
because like yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
Well, since in October they want to release the new $1,000 Death Star, that's the new, you know, threshold to reach. But
Yeah, and then things just got more expensive, but but it's
yeah,
alright. But
yeah.
yeah. So just give me uh 1 second here. I just wanted to make sure I had something too.
Yep.
I had to get this pulled up. All right. Um, what did what what inspired you to make like or why did you think of the idea to make the mock you made and eventually you won the competition? Oh, how did you decide on that idea?
So I have about 2,000 hours on Battlefront 2, and I've always wanted to build the Outpost C, Capital Supremacy. I don't know if you know the game well, but yeah, it's basically the center of the conflict, and I really like that map. I was still trying to expand on the mock, but yeah, that's where I got so far. The shot isn't great. I was kind of running late, but I did the best I could in the time permitted.
But I think when you do like what you did, where I think people are drawn to like you can make things sort of simple, but if you add a lot to it as well, like the lights and everything, I think that's kind of what drew people as well because
Yeah.
every time uh I uh because me and FWW were the ones he sent us the stuff to put up, and every time we put up, or I did put on the YouTube side, yours like always won like major over the other thing. So it's like you did a really good job. I think people saw that a lot. But I guess my next question about that because, and also about you speaking about Battlefront 2 before we move on. I remember playing so much of that too back in the day, and I still kind of think about it, and it's such a disappointment they canceled Battlefront 2. Could have been so much more they could have done, and I what is there anything else you would have wanted in that real quick because it really did inspire a lot of ideas for people too.
Yeah, it's a shame with the game. I mean, I have so many hours on it. It's got some great maps. I mean, not as good as the first game, but still some solid maps. I still have a few things I want to build from there, but yeah, hopefully they'll do another one in the future. But you never know.
Yeah, because the thing with Battlefront 2 that I remember is like I think it was right after that final drop, there were hints towards like Ahsoka and Jango and all this, and of course that never did happen.
Yeah.
But and Ventress and stuff, but just the idea of that would have been cool, and seeing what more they could have done with characters would have been great. But uh, I'm
Well, they
excited to
were
see more Star Wars stuff too.
they
What?
were there's been some leaks. They were gonna add most of her map. And then I don't know if you know the ISB agent they added in the last drop, but they reused some animations for Ahsoka, and she's dual wielding as well. And there were some voice lines for Padme as well. So yeah, a lot of stuff they cut out. I think they were trying to focus on Battlefield since that was coming out at the time.
Yeah, but I mean we will see. We'll see if they ever do another. I don't know if we'll get Battlefront 3, but they might do another multiplayer game or something. But we will see in the future.
Hopefully.
But but yeah, I guess this we might talk about more. But this is my final white question I have like written or wanted to say. How did you feel about winning the Last Stand competition? And did you think you were going to win?
I felt great. I there were some great entries, honestly, like the big bass from I forget his name now, but it was a big Imperial base that was
Yeah,
really cool. Um, and also the statue mark was really unique as well. But yeah, I didn't take that great of a shot, so I honestly wasn't sure I would win, but I was really surprised and happy since the prizes were all custom stuff, and I'm pretty big into that, so they were great.
yeah, but and then you posted because I was seeing what the builders were posting during things and on the I believe it was the Discord or somewhere, but you posted like while pictures of while you were building it and all the tiling, the texture, like all the stuff you did to make it look the way it did and look great. I was like, there was a lot of effort put into yours too, and like everyone else as well had, like you said, there were many great builds, and it was fun to see everybody's. And I always will say like thanks to everyone who participated in it because they're some of the best in terms of like creativity and what people can do. It was very, very good to see all of it, and I was very happy that it all went good and everything. But do you have let's see, do you think if they do if Rancor does like another competition, you gonna jump in?
Oh, definitely. Depends on certainly depends on my schedule at the time because I have finals right now. But yeah,
Yeah.
I'm definitely looking forward to it. But yeah, I really like this mock. I spent a lot of time on the texturing because it's quite big. I didn't want to make the floor textures too repetitive. I had to come up with new techniques for those as well every time and not just spam bricks or whatever.
Well, I think some of your detail really show through and pop through with a lot of people. I think they saw that it was a very good build, and and it was good to see. But I also think with yours is like I said, it was like it was like in terms of like how it looks, it's a simple build, but all of what you did with it is I think what drew people because all your techniques, the way you did it, I think it just made everything like pop in that moment, and it just looked good from how you made it. And I think that's what people like to see is just creativity and see how you can up things a little more, and but also not go like too far. For like one person, you can't go like too far. Sometimes don't
Yeah.
make something huge. So I think you found like the perfect middle ground, and I think that's why you won. But also I think everyone else did a great job, and I can't wait to see what other more people can do in the future. But is there let's see, is there anything else maybe advice you have for people that want to start mock building or do anything like this? But how would you recommend to get started?
Well, how I only started like building mocks seriously about 3 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
Before then, I was mainly looking at techniques, YouTube videos on mock building, tips videos, and that's how I started. So I'd also say maybe focus on detail rather than size. If I manage to do this, is because I have a large parts collection. But if you have to choose between size and detail, definitely go for detail. It's gonna make your mock stand out more. Definitely.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, no, that's what I've like heard too. Like I've seen a lot of people that got inspired to by some of the more classic YouTubers that did mocks, or now just people that keep popping up. And um I think everyone got to get inspired by other people over time. Like we all find ideas that are like, oh, like I could improve. But most, that's how I think we are a bit as
Yeah.
humans and a species. Like we're always like, maybe I think I can improve on that, and that's because we're like, oh, well, you can do this and that, and it gets your creative mind flowing, and you're just like, I can do that better. And so I think that
Mhm.
it spawns the level of creativity. And we've had a few mock builders of people that have done it, and I look at everything they've done in the past and stuff they've made now, and just the creativity with some of the things I've seen. I've always thought somewhat. I get like I'm literally like, I wish this was a real like set. I wish I could buy it, but you
Yeah.
can't. But that's how creative and how good looking a lot of these are. And because I mean, of course you'd want to have like these big things, but with Lego, it probably more than them $1,000 Death Star. So,
Yeah. Exactly. Exactly.
but I think that's everything I have. But it was great talking to you, man. I had a real good time. You're a cool guy, and it's been nice to talk and talk about the competition and how you got started and stuff.
Awesome. Glad to be here.
Yeah. Well, thank you, man,
Sure.
and we'll s- we hope to have you around again sometime.
Yeah, definitely. All right.
All
See you
right.
around.
See you around. Bye bye.